everyone, welcome to Gamer Chatter. Today we are going to, in the last episode we basically made these fences and we put some animals in there, and I thought it was going to take me longer because I'm basically dog water at this freaking game. But yeah, today we're gonna try to get more animals to get here in the fences, and we're also gonna do like some harvesting stuff, and we are going to talk about priorities, FOMO, and regret. I've already talked about FOMO on this podcast, but I basically talked about it in the sense that, oh my god, I'm sorry, I just moved my mic. I was talking about FOMO in the sense that, you know, there was an exam season where basically all of my friends were like watching shows that I wasn't watching, and there was a point where I was in exam season, and I don't know. It was a little bit shitty because, you know, it was basically all I was doing, and I wish I had watched these shows, and I also wish I had been doing basically anything that wasn't, you know, studying and stuff, you know? I hadn't really experienced FOMO, let's say in real life. Like, I don't know, people going to a party and I'm not invited, or I'm not going, or I'm grounded and I can't go, or whatever. Like, that had never really happened. But this semester that just passed, I finally felt FOMO. I finally felt FOMO in real life, and it fucking sucks, man. Like, it's fucking terrible. So, I think we should start this podcast episode by defining what FOMO is. I don't know, I like looking at definitions of stuff because, like, even though it's, like, very, I don't know, it seems a little bit stupid, but then it's, like, necessary because, like, what exactly is it to then, like, tackle a subject? Because I feel like last time I didn't Google it, so it was, like, I didn't really know what I was talking about, which is a bit unprofessional. But anyways, I looked it up, and it means emotional responses to the belief, or is emotional response to the belief that other people are living better, more satisfying lives, or that important opportunities are being missed. I mean, basically I was feeling that this semester because, so I had this classmate in my class who, so I'm studying college in Spain, which is in Europe. And so in Europe, we have this thing where you can study in another European country for a semester, and other people from other European countries can study in Spain for a semester, right? We have like this like agreement thing going on, right? And so there was a bunch of people from different countries, even like non-European countries, studying for a semester in my university. So I had this guy in my class who invited me to play board games with his friends, you know, with his other like foreigner friends that, you know, that he became friends with. And so I started hanging out with them, and then I eventually got a bit of a crush on one of them, and here's where the story starts. So basically, I was studying for exams, you know, I had a corporate taxes subject, and honestly, I mean, okay, so the first time we hung out, like, I was just there, and there was a bunch of people, and then the second day I hung out with these people, that's when I met my crush. And then, oh my god, I hope they never listen to this podcast. It's going to be fucking embarrassing. Anyway, so, and then the third day, I was studying for an exam that I didn't know if I was going to have, because, like, we had two subjects where we had to do surprise exams, and so you never know when the exam is going to be. So, basically, okay, so I'm going to show you, a lot of you guys know how to play this game, so, like, I don't even know. I don't know if I have any cocoa beans here, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway. Do I have an axe? I can't see without my glasses. Oh yeah, I have an axe. I don't even know if I'm gonna need it so much, but no, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the weapons because otherwise I'm just gonna have a problem. We're just gonna put these cocoa beans here. We're gonna plant them again. I think you plant them like that. Okay, clicking with the other button. Okay, so you basically collect them, and then you put them back there to plant them. And then we're gonna make some cookies? I don't know. I've already made so many cookies. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what else you can make with these thingies. I don't know how you make the cakes. Like, those famous cakes and stuff. I don't even know. Well, anyway, the second day, this guy that I had a crush on, at first, it's a whole story. It ended up turning out to be nothing, but at first I thought he was giving me signals, and I thought he was flirting with me. It turned out that he wasn't, but, like, back when I thought he was flirting with me, like, the second day I was gonna hang out with him, I was really excited and stuff, but I couldn't go because I had a surprise exam the next day, because we were all pretty sure we were gonna have the exam that day, and basically, that subject, it was financial investments, and I didn't know whether, like, basically, there's, like, a part where, like, you learn, like, theory, and then there's a part that is, like, practice, that is basically, like, exercises and calculating stuff, like, basically applying what you learned in theory. And, like, basically the exams were mostly practical. Like, they were not really theoretical. So, like, the practical part, I knew pretty much how to do it, but I had to study the theory just in case. I mean, I've always been a just in case person. Like, just because they've always asked practice doesn't mean, like, one day they're not going to be like, okay, now let's ask a little bit of theory, because they can always do that. And they have done it, actually. So I've never wanted to, like, trust the teachers too much. So let's just click on these things. No, you know what? Let's click on everything, and then let's see what happens. No, you know what? I think I should actually, like, order them. So I was a little bit afraid that they were going to ask us about, like, practice and not theory. Because I was like, I mean, they can do that. And they've done it many times. So I wouldn't be surprised if one day they were like, okay, theory, bitch. You know? And that's basically what I did. I studied the theory. And that afternoon, I didn't go to play fucking cards with these people. Did I feel FOMO? Yes, because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna see this guy again. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Let's see if it was what I thought. Like, maybe he was actually flirting with me, or maybe he was genuinely interested in me. Like, I don't know. It could be anything. It ended up being nothing. Like, spoiler alert, that was fucking nothing, which was a little bit, I don't know, it was a bit disappointing, because it's like, dude, I thought there was something between you and I. But whatever. I mean, whatever. I accept reality. I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I felt this, like, huge FOMO, especially, like, I think it was, like, the third day that we met. After the third day that we met, I mean, we had talked a lot and stuff like that, and he was really nice with me and everything. And then that weekend, one of the other friends was like, hey, you know, I'm going to visit this place and stuff. I'm going to do, like, a mini trip, whatever. Like, who of you wants to come? And this guy was one of those people. And I wanted to go so fucking bad, but I had an exam. I had the fucking, what I'm telling you, the corporate taxes exam. And I was like, fuck's sake, man. I have a fucking exam and I can't go to this shit. And I had so much fucking FOMO. Like, it was a whole day trip. Like, it was, like, I'm pretty sure they had the most, like, fun ever. And I thought it was going to be my opportunity to spend more time with him and to see if something would happen. Like, okay, maybe we're going to sit in the bus together. Maybe we're going to be talking. Maybe, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things could come out of there. And I was really, really disappointed. I was like, no, shit, why does this have to happen to me? And part of me was like, okay, what can happen if I don't study? Also, like, it was a time where, like, my exams were, like, really tight together. And, like, I didn't have the time to study earlier. And I wasn't going to have a lot of time to study, like, in that moment. Like, I had, like, I think that was on a Sunday. Like, that trip was going to be on a Sunday. And then the exam was going to be on a Thursday or whatever. But you know how taxes are. You know what I mean? Like, you have to study a lot of laws, a lot of regulations, a lot of things. And then we also had to do, like, calculations and stuff like that. We had to, like, depreciate assets and all that fucking shit that I don't want to get into because it's fucking boring. And what am I, a nerd? Well, I'm a nerd, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk about my fucking school shit in a fucking podcast episode. Like, who am I? Look at my little crops. They're so fucking cute. I'm always so fucking lazy to pick these up. Like, I really don't want to. What should I do? Should I pick up the sugar cane? Nah, I want it to grow, like, a little bit longer. I don't know. We can always, like, try to get some cattle. I don't know. I don't know how, like, fast these cows grow. What the fuck? 3 adult cows now? And I'm pretty sure the pigs are adults as well. And what about the chicken? Well, okay, the baby chicken is still a baby. Okay, I'm gonna make these two have a fucking baby together. Okay. No, follow me. No, get here. And there you go, another baby. Now we have 2 babies. Now, with the carrots, we are going to be doing the same thing. I think these are the parents. This one is a little bit smaller, so. And you guys are going to have a little brother. Yes! Let's fucking go. Now we have 2. And now the cows, I don't know how many they are. Like, I don't know who are the parents. I don't know who's the baby cow. I have no fucking idea. But it doesn't matter. We're gonna make 2 of them fall in love. I hope one of them wasn't the baby. I hope. Because that would be fucking traumatizing. And now there's a fucking baby cow. There we fucking go. I don't know. I'm just lazy to pick more animals up. So I think I'm just gonna be reproducing them with each other. Am I fucked up? Anyways, and the baby cow, it's so fucking beautiful. And the baby pig, Peppa Pig. Come on, look at me. Come on, don't deny me, look at me. Look at me. I'm here. I'm here. Look. I want my little thumbnail. Now it's looking at me. Piece of shit. There's 2 babies in here. Aren't they cute? Look. Oh, they're so fucking cute. One of them is bigger than the other. It's the oldest sibling. They're so fucking cute. Apparently they take longer to grow. Isn't that crazy? Maybe I should pick more of these up. Anyways, I'm gonna continue with my story. I was having so much fucking FOMO. I was like, oh my god. And still to this day, I regret that day so fucking much. And then there was another day. I don't know if it was that week. Yeah, it was the same week. It was on Wednesday. They were hanging out again to play fucking cards. And I couldn't hang out because on Thursday I had that fucking exam. And I was like, well, I can't hang out because I have that fucking exam, you know? And, but apparently when they were hanging out, they weren't having a lot of fun. Like, oh my god, so fucking cute. So fucking adorable. Anyway. They weren't having a lot of fun because there wasn't a lot of people to play cards because we were playing a game that is similar to Among Us. I'm not going to get into the detail. We needed like a lot of players to play that game. We needed like 10 people or at least like 7 or 8. And they weren't many. I think there were like 5 at most and they weren't having a lot of fun apparently. So, you know, in part I'm like glad I didn't go. Well, I don't feel so bad that I didn't go because, you know, I would have been either part of the hangout that wasn't that fun or, you know, or I just would have not have that much fun because, oh my god, the baby grew. I don't even know who the baby it was anymore. No, it's still like a little bit smaller. It's still a little bit smaller. And what was I gonna say? I'm literally just looking at my candle. Anyway, should I get more? Oh my god, my head is starting to hurt. And that's because I'm playing the game without glasses. Okay, now it's better. And that one, I was glad. And then there was another time that they hung out. There was this other guy who invited me to hang out with him and his other friends. And I assumed like one of the other friends was going to be this guy that I had a crush on. And they were hanging out and it was for like a couple of hours. So there was a party, right? And I invited him because he's like very outgoing and everything. So I was like, I knew he was going to be down to go. So I invited him to go and he was like, you know what? There's going to be a thing. I think it was on a Tuesday or something like that. So like, if you want to come, like that would be great, you know? And then he texted me about it. I think that same Tuesday. I thought he wasn't going to invite me. I thought we weren't doing anything at the end because he didn't say anything like, okay, it's tomorrow, okay, it's today, or whatever. I don't know. I like to tell people with a little bit prior, you know? And when he invited me, I was like, well, I mean, I'm a little bit lazy to go, whatever. And they're probably going to stay like for a long time. And also like, I was in the middle of a final season. I was like, I can't hang out a lot. Like, and they're probably going to stay until like, I don't even know what time. But apparently I didn't read the entire message. And apparently they were going to hang out only until midnight. And I told him that I couldn't go because I was charging my phone and stuff. Like, that was a really cheap excuse. Like, I don't know if he believed it or not. But I was like, I mean, I would have wanted to go, like, so fucking bad. But I couldn't go because I was studying. So, in the end, I didn't study that much. And I ended up not going. And I was regretting it so bad because I was like, they were only hanging out until midnight, which is not even that much. And I fucking missed it. And I'm pretty sure that the other guy also went. So, that was a bit sad. It was a bit infuriating. I was like, I could have totally gone. And I didn't go. And but then I thought about it and I was like, listen, what if this guy had flirted with another girl or another guy, you never know, in front of me? Or what if like something had happened that, you know, that I don't know, what if something I didn't want to see or something I wouldn't have wanted to see happened, you know what I mean? I mean, the thing with me is that I get distracted, like so freaking distracted. Like, not only is it like the fact that I hang out with these people, but also the fact that I end up like thinking about it and like reliving those moments like after it happened. So, you know, I end up like wasting a lot of time, not only like spending time with these people, but also like reliving those moments afterwards. I don't know if other people do it, or maybe I'm just sensitive, or maybe I'm just an only child. Like, I don't know why that happens, but it just happens for me. And we're gonna make some cookies because I have a lot of cookies, but we can always make more. Why not? Let's make some cookies. Wait, I need the cocoa beans. The cocoa beans. And these thingies had more. Like a lot more. Okay, 58. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, we can make some bread. Why not? Why? I can't make cookies? Shut up. Shut the fuck. Okay, here. I was like, okay, what happened? So I ended up not feeling that bad because I was like, I was gonna waste a lot of time. And also like getting over having seen something that I didn't want to see. like that would have been fucking painful. So I'm kind of like glad now that I didn't go, because it's like so many things could have gone wrong. Where do I have bread? Wait, let me go to bed real quick. I just don't even kill things like when they spawn. I just like avoid them completely. And another time I had FOMO was, well, obviously these people stayed for a semester, so like after the semester ended, like everybody went home and everything, and like, well, nobody's here anymore. But there was another chicken here. There was another fucking chicken here. Do they die? Okay, the 4 are here. Oh my god. Do I have to like feed them or something? So this is my bridge. I made it the other day. She's a bit basic, but oh my god, let's put a fence on like on the sides of it. So yeah, there was after they were gone, like one of the guys was basically like touring Europe or something like that. He was like, should it be like a wooden fence or should it be or one made of cobblestone? I don't know. Anyway, so one of these guys was touring Europe, and one of those countries was the country that my crush was from, and they visited him. And I had so much fucking FOMO. I was like, oh my god, they must have had so much fun. And at that time, because when the semester just ended, I was in Madrid with my parents, like, for a few days, and I still had so much fucking FOMO. Like, mind you, I had a lot of fun with my friends, like with my parents, like we were having the time of our lives. Like honestly, Madrid was really cool, and it wasn't too hot because I mean in July and in August it's like fucking hot, but like I was having a really really fun time, especially because exams had just fucking ended, so I was living, you know. But still I had a lot of FOMO, and I was like, I mean, I was listening to this Emma Chamberlain podcast that was about FOMO, and she was basically talking about like why we give so much importance to these things, and we kind of get the feeling that all these people are having like the time of our lives, and we are just having, I don't know, we're just having like really boring lives in comparison and all that stuff, which is not necessarily the case, you know. Not necessarily do you have to have like an awful time and stuff, but I think it's, and I don't even know if she mentioned it on her podcast, but like I think it kind of has to do with like the value that you give to those things, you know what I mean? Like if you give a lot of value to these people or to these experiences or whatever, you're going to have a lot of FOMO. Like, let's say they go to, I don't know, to Italy, because I would love to go to Italy. Like, I'm going to have a lot of FOMO because, like, Italy is a place that I really want to go. Whereas if they go to, I don't know, like, for instance, Paris. I have nothing against Paris. It's just that I've been there many times. I mean, I was there, like, twice, and then, like, many other times, like, you know, in like the airport and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like we didn't really leave the airport, but we were there, you know what I mean? Like it's really close to Spain, so like it's not, you know what I mean? It's not that. I feel like I should kind of like fix this bridge because it doesn't really go that high, like up. Like if I go by boat, I would have to like start here. But anyway, she's kind of cute. She's kind of nice. I like it. Now this looks a little bit more like a civilization. It literally took me 2 or 3 episodes to fucking do this. Like, it's fucking insane. And I don't have more fucking fences. I'm gonna have to cut down more trees. You see all these trees that are here? Like, most of the trees, I planted them myself. And there's a bunch of other trees that I also planted there, because I feel like I cut down too many. And I had, like, 60-something oak samplings. Like, it was fucking insane. So, basically, I think it also depends on the value that you give it. Because, like, for instance, like, there have been many times where I wasn't invited to, like, parties and stuff. When I was especially, like, in high school and stuff like that. And you can feel FOMO, but honestly, I wouldn't feel a lot of FOMO because, like, either, like, those friends I didn't genuinely like so much, they're basically kind of, like, convenience friends that kind of, like, eventually, like, ask you for, like, I don't know, like, oh, Anna, can you give me, like, I don't know, the homework from, like, yesterday or today or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, these people that, like, basically just are your friends, like, quote-unquote, your friends and stuff, just for convenience, like, purposes or whatever. So, you know, you don't really have a lot of FOMO because it's like, well, I don't like these people, so I don't think that I would have had a lot of fun if I had gone to that party. So it depends on the value you give it, you know? Like, if you don't give so much value to it, it's like, well, I mean, whatever. But I think that part of the value is, my camera turned off. I think part of the value is like, okay, I think most of the value that I gave was not so much like the places where they were going, but also the fact that, I mean, these people are foreign, these people are from other countries, these people have like different perspectives of life and the world, and they have like very interesting different like just experiences and livings and lifestyles and stuff like that. And honestly, I had never really experienced that. Like, how many other times am I gonna have the opportunity to hang out with just like with a group of all fucking foreigners, you know what I mean? Like, Not every day are you gonna have an experience like that. That is why I gave it so much value. Not because like those are the coolest people in the planet, but because I found it interesting. You know what I mean? If I hadn't found it interesting, or if I just didn't give a shit, I'd be like, well, whatever. Like, that was basically all that I wanted to say. Like, I mean, it depends on the value you give it, and also, I mean, sometimes it's not even that great, and you really like see that. Like, I remember, like one of those times, like I said, like they weren't even having that much time. Like they weren't a lot of people, and it was like a bit awkward and stuff like that. So I didn't feel so bad about not going. Like I remember like studying for my exam, and I was seeing their messages like, oh my god, like is anybody else like coming and stuff like that, because we're a little bit bored. Like we're not that many people, so we can't play that game, and it makes you feel better about yourself. It's like, well, I'm not glad that they're not having the best time ever, but I'm kind of glad that, you know, like at least it makes me feel better. It makes me not have so much FOMO, and it makes me not feel like my life is fucking shit. You know what I mean? They're not even having like the time of their lives. If these are friends that you really like value and who you think are really like fun to be around and stuff like that, like obviously you're gonna have a really hard time, because it's like, dude, I really want to go to this place. It depends on the value you give it, and a lot of the times like these people don't even have that good of a time. So, you know, at least it makes you feel not that bad. Because a lot of the times, like especially on social media, we think like, oh my god, everybody's having so much fun and everybody's having the coolest experiences and whatever, and like maybe they're not having even the coolest time. Maybe they're just having a really hard time. I think it's fine if I put it like that. Yeah. And I don't know about this side. I don't know if I put enough. Yeah, I put enough. I think this is fine. Yay, my little bridge. This is really cute. Oh my shit, a thunder. Not in Minecraft, in real life. So yeah, this was everything. This was it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching or for listening. Let me know like what you thought about this topic and stuff, and or if there are any topics that you want me to cover in the future, or any like Minecraft tips that, you know, I don't know, because I'm dog water at this game. So yeah, I hope to see you next time. Bye.